Thousands of athletes will hit the pavement this Saturday as part of the 2024 ASICS Runaway Hawke's Bay Marathon. Joining me now to talk us through it is race director Keegan McCauley. Thanks for joining me today, Keegan.
Hey, no problem.
Awesome. So, what is happening at this year's Runaway Hawke's Bay Marathon?
Yeah, so this year we've got the normal marathon distance event, half marathon and 10K event, along with a kids run later in the day and a food and wine festival out at Elephant Hill at the finish venue.
Brilliant. So, how many people are registered to run this year?
This year we've got over 5,500 athletes, which is fantastic for the region, and it's an increase on last year's numbers as well. So it's some good growth and good to see people signing up and participating.
Yeah, 5,500. That's a big number. All these people from Hawke's Bay, or are they further afield?
The majority are from further afield. We have 76% of entrants coming in from outside the region, mainly from Auckland and Wellington in New Zealand, and then we have some abroad as well. I think we have something like 27 different nationalities represented at the event. So yeah, coming from all over.
Brilliant. So, what kind of people runs this marathon? What's the range of people?
Anyone from elite kind of runners. We've had Olympians in the past compete and set some pretty fast times, but mainly we get the kind of the social runner who's looking to kind of complete their first marathon or first half marathon and kind of incorporate a weekend away. It's a good excuse to get out of Auckland or Wellington, go to the Hawke's Bay and spend a weekend away from the family or whatever with your mates.
Sounds like a good holiday to me. So, what makes Hawke's Bay a great place to hold a marathon?
It's just a great destination venue, right? With all the wineries and the like. There's something kind of for everyone from that aspect, and I guess the region as a whole lends itself to some really good trails and courses on the cycle trails around the place. So it helps from that point of view that the local Hawke's Bay trails people are really involved in the event, creating a great space for us to run the event and run the courses.
Brilliant. So, what does this marathon bring into Hawke's Bay, the region itself?
Yeah, so we have those 5,500 athletes, but they bring on average one to two spectators per athlete that come in. So that with the economic impact, from the top of my head, it's somewhere in the 7 million mark to the region. It's great, and we have initiatives throughout the weekend to try and get people involved in the region, get out and see the sites and visit local businesses as well, so everyone can kind of benefit, and they're not just coming for one day to do a run and then disappear. They're enjoying their weekend down here.
Cool. So this is the 8th year that the marathon has taken place. What have past competitors said about the marathon?
Yeah, 8 years is great so far. Looking forward to 2 years for 2 years' time for the 10 years. But yeah, it's a great course for beginners. Someone wanting to tick off that kind of milestone. It's nice and flat, so they love it from that point of view. And just I guess the food and wine festival at the finish line is a great vibe. We have entertainment on all day on a main stage, along with different food vendors from throughout the region, and some wine and gin tasting as well. So there's kind of something for everyone, from the social through to the competitive and also the kids. It's a well-rounded event, I think.
Fantastic. And can anyone show up at the finish line to support those finishing?
Yeah, they can. There is no parking around the Elephant Hill finish line, but they can catch a free shuttle from the Hastings Showgrounds, park their car there, and then jump on the shuttle for free, 10 or 15 minutes to the finish line to see their athletes come over the line.
Awesome. And when do the marathon start on Saturday?
So we have a range of starting times. Both the marathon and the 10K start at 7:45 in the morning. We have the half marathon that starts at 8 a.m. from Marine Parade, and then the kids run starts at 1 p.m. out at Elephant Hill.
Brilliant. Is it too early to ask if there will be another marathon next year?
No, not too early to ask. There definitely will be. We'll be back. We love coming down to the Hawke's Bay and putting this on, and it's great to see the community get involved as well, from our volunteers to local staff and suppliers too. Everyone seems to love it, so it's great to have that support.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for joining me today, Keegan.
Awesome, no problem.